All right, so today I'm on the Segway F3 electric scooter. So this thing is pretty fun for the $1,000 normal price tag, but it's on sale right now for like $850 or so. But with this scooter, you do get a 400-watt motor that does peak out at 1,000 watts, so I can go up to 20 miles per hour. So it's not like super fast, around 28 miles per hour and stuff like that I typically like to ride with my scooter. But the one thing I like about this is that the motor does get you up and going pretty quickly. So the takeoff speed is really nice and fast. So I'm riding with traffic right now. It's not too much traffic around me, but I don't feel like I'm holding up traffic too much because I can get up and going in a hurry. And this is also a very smooth, comfortable ride too. So this does have Segway's SegRide system, which combines their front and rear suspension system along with their traction control system, which gives you really good stability going over like loose sand or gravel and dirt when you are riding around. And I'm about to get some of that right now, but I should be very stable. And yes, I do feel very stable with this system being able to compensate for different terrain. And also you do get 10-inch tubeless tires that are also self-healing. So little punctures will be able to go ahead and heal themselves to keep you on the road. And also you do get front and rear plastic fenders on these tires. And this suspension system is very bouncy. So I'm bouncing up and down right now. And it does give you that cloud-like feeling when it comes to just going over terrain and stuff. So I really love the suspension on this scooter. And also the braking is really good on this scooter. So you do have a disc brake on the front, and also you do have electronic brakes on the back. So you only get one brake lever, but I can get to a stop in a hurry without feeling like I'm gonna flip over the handlebar. So a really, really good braking system on this that's quiet and also just efficient. And also you do get a integrated brake light on the back. You also do get a couple of different reflectors around the scooter as well. And you do get turn signals as well. And these turn signals are built into the handlebars, and I'm enabling them right now for this turn. And the cool thing about these turn signals is that you can see them from the front and also the rear, the way they design it. So really good for visibility. And also they do make an audible sound, and they also do show up on the display so you can make sure you turn them off if you do forget to on your turns, which I do a lot. Now, the display is also really useful for being able to show your turn-by-turn directions that you can enable. So when you do have the Segway app on your phone and you have it paired with the scooter, you'll be able to get driving or navigation directions on the display. And on the screen, it'll also show you your speed, your distance traveled, the time, and all that really good information you like to see. But one thing that is missing is some type of like USB port to be able to charge your phone up when you are riding. Some type of USB type A or type C port would be nice to see on this scooter. Now on the front, you do have a couple of lights here. So this light bar acts as like a daytime running light for extra visibility, and also it just looks cool. And then below that, you have the traditional headlight that does angle up and down a little bit to be able to light up the road in front of you when you are riding at night. But one thing that is missing compared to something like the Segway Max G3, which is like the bigger brother of this scooter, is the underglow lights. All right, so now for my speed test. So this F3 does have 3 different riding modes to choose from. So you have Eco, Drive, and Sport mode. And it's nice that inside of the app, you can actually set the maximum speed for each one of these riding modes. So in Eco mode, you can set it up to 9 miles per hour, in Drive mode up to 15 miles per hour, and Sport mode up to 19 miles per hour. But Segway does advertise that this scooter can go 20 miles per hour. So we'll see that here in a second. But it's nice having this customization just in case you don't want your kid to ride faster than 12 miles per hour. You can set up that limitation here inside of the app. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what I can get on this scooter. I am in Sport mode. So let's get this thing going in 3, 2, 1, boom. And the one thing I just like about the scooter is the acceleration. We're already at 11 miles per hour, 16 miles per hour, 18 miles per hour, 19 miles per hour. And can we hit that 20? And we just hit 20 miles per hour there. So really, really fast, really quick. So it definitely feels like the motor is holding back some to keep you from going over 20 miles per hour, but the acceleration is really nice on this thing. And let's test out the hydraulic disc brakes here, which are very nice and sturdy, no squeaking, very comfortable and a consistent stopping speed with the brakes. But again, with the acceleration here, I can get going in a hurry. We're already at 10 miles per hour right there in just like 2-3 seconds. So really fast acceleration is what I like with this. And also it's very comfortable in a smooth ride with the stem. The stem is not wobbly or shaky at all, just a very sturdy build. And as far as like my overall riding position, I feel pretty good on this. The footboard is just big enough for my size, 12 feet. I wish it was just maybe like a little bit wider and even just a little bit longer, but overall it's not too bad. Oh, and also if it did have a little bit more of a ramp on the back to be able to allow my foot to kind of be at an angle when I am going at faster speeds would be nice to see. But the footboard itself itself is very nice and rubbery, so it's very grippy, so I don't feel like I'm going to slip off. And I think I said this already, but I do like that the handlebars are curved back just a little bit, so they have a slight angle to them to allow me to feel better as far as like the position of my elbows and how bent they are. And the handlebar grips are good, and also you do get a thumb throttle that can also be used as a twist throttle if you just want to use it that way, kind of like your motorcycle or something, but I usually just use it as a thumb throttle. And also on the left-hand side, you do have a physical bell. It's okay. I wish it was like electronic, but it's all right. And then above that, you'll find the controls for this scooter to be able to turn on the turn signals and also to control all the things using the settings on the display. And also you do have this custom button here, which you can change to be able to do certain functions, and you can change all of that using the Segway app. All right, so now let's talk about the estimated range of this scooter. So it's estimated to get you up to 44 miles. Now that up to is always depending on how much you weigh, how many hills you're going up, how fast you're going. Of course, all of those things, if you are doing it really maximum and pushing this scooter, your range will go down. And according to Segway, if you are riding in eco mode, that gives you the best chance to get up to 44 miles. And if you are riding in drive mode, you can get up to around 31 miles. And in sport mode, you can get approximately around like 25 miles. Now, one thing I will say about this scooter is that it is basically like the little brother of the Segway Max G3 electric scooter that I reviewed not too long ago. Now, that scooter does cost a few $100s more than this particular scooter, but the design language is pretty similar. You put the two side by side, they do look very similar. So you do have a really good color scheme here with a little bit of red here scattered throughout the scooter, and also it's a very clean design where everything is tastefully done. It just looks really nice and kind of futuristic. But the major differences between these two scooters is going to be the top speed. The G3 can get up to 28 miles per hour versus the 20 miles per hour on this one. And also the maximum range of the G3 is going to be 50 miles versus the 44 miles on this F3. And one other notable difference is just the weight between the two. So the Max G3 does weigh around like 52 pounds, but this F3 comes in around 42 pounds. So it makes it a little bit lighter to pick up and move or to put in the back of your car. But the folding mechanism and the locking mechanism is the same on both scooters, which is just one of the best that I've used in this type of category. So you have this little latch on the handlebars that you just need to flip down. And then now you have this other latch and a couple of safety buttons on the handlebars that you undo. And then you fold the handlebar stem down, and now you're able to lock it into the footboard of the scooter. And the one thing I like about this is the fact that it locks very securely, so it doesn't wobble or flop around. Now, the recommended rider height for this scooter is going to be at least 5'3", and also it can support a rider up to 265 pounds. And the scooter is also rated IPX6 for water resistance. Now, the charging speed is a little slow on this scooter, so it does take around 8 hours to get this thing fully charged up, which isn't unheard of when it comes to electric scooters, but compared to the Max G3, which has fast charging, so you can get that thing recharged in like 3.5 hours, it's a pretty big difference. And also the Max G3 does have the integrated kind of like the power brick inside of the scooter, so all you have is just this little cord to take around with you and charge. But with this F3, you still have just that traditional battery brick, which still isn't too bad to carry around, but that's the difference between the G3. And a couple of extra features of the scooter is the fact that it does have Apple Find My built in, so you can easily find it on the map if you do lose it or someone steals it. And also you do have this airlock feature, which uses the Bluetooth capabilities when you do have your phone paired to the scooter. So as you walk up to the scooter, it will automatically unlock, and then when you walk away from it, it will lock the scooter. Or if you don't want to do that, you can still set up a traditional passcode or password to be able to use on this. All right, so now for my hill test. Pretty long and steep hill here, but this F3 is ready to go up inclines up to around like 20% or so. So we'll see what we can do with this. So 3, 2, 1, boom. I am in sport mode, and the main thing here is just trying to see what top speed I can get. We're already at 10 miles per hour. Very nice and steady pace going up this hill. 11 miles per hour, 12, and can we get 13? No, but 12 miles per hour is pretty respectable for this single motor scooter here. And we do have another little hill here. I just want to kind of test this again and see if I can split this gap without hurting myself. Can we do it? All right, barely did it. All right, so look, I'm really liking this F3. So it's a really good price point for the performance you get, but also you're not sacrificing on like the build quality and just the execution of everything that Segway has just gotten really good at over the years. They're just really a brand that kind of knows what they're doing, and you can really see that with the packaging and just the box for this scooter, and also how easy it is to assemble. You just have a few different screws you have to put on with the handlebars when you do get this thing for the first time, and you're up and running. And also the suspension system is really good. The speed and acceleration is is good for 20 miles per hour and just an overall really good ride. That's the best way I can describe the scooter, along with the looks and everything that make it really nice. And with all of that, this makes this a scooter that's very easy to recommend. So I'll drop a link down below that will take you to Segway's website or other places like Amazon where you can buy this scooter. It might be an affiliate link, so if you do use it, that will help support this channel. I really do appreciate it. But drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about this Segway F3 yourself. And like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.